This is my truck, um, 2013 Freightliner Cascadia, and my engine completely went out. This is the oil pan, and buckets of fluid. It's oil mixed in with coolant that went into the engine, and it created a horrible mess. And so I'm at this point with limited options as far as the repairs are too expensive. And so this is the bottom of the engine, the oil pan, and those tubes. They were replaced. Those tubes were replaced about, I think they were replaced a couple, maybe 3 years ago. But anyway, so I recently had the radiator replaced. That was a $4,000 deal. And that was the problem right here. The antifreeze went into the engine, and the remainder went into the overflow. So there were no warning signs. As far as I could tell, the engine was working fine. And there was no way of knowing, as a layman, there was no way to know, as far as I knew. The engine was working beautifully after I replaced the radiator. And it was just about a couple of weeks ago that I replaced the radiator. And so it was working beautifully. I mean, when you turn it on, it was working like a dream. I mean, smooth and everything. And I didn't think that anything was wrong with it. So I was pulling a grade up on I-77 with a heavy load. And so then it happened. And so that's when it went bad, really. And so at this point, uh, all that fluid, that, it's just the oil that came out of the engine. And so, like I said, the truck did its duty, served its purpose, about over 1 million miles. And so I did have to replace the SCR box about 2 years ago, but that's another story. But so the engine worked fine, and so the engine served its purpose, 1 million miles, which is something that well, all my Detroits have always lasted me 1 million miles, and this is the third one. Geez, that means that I've been driving a very long time. I'm a 3 million mile driver without any accidents. But, uh, well, that's another story. But, yeah, 3 million miles. Hmm. I don't feel like a 3 million miles. I don't think there's any feeling to it. Just a sense of accomplishment, maybe. The feeling that, well, I guess it's a good feeling, knowing that I haven't had an accident in 3 million miles. And, well, it hasn't been 3 million, maybe 2.5 million, something like that. And so Anyway, I'm just blowing off steam, I guess, releasing pressure, because I'm out here at this shop, Matheny, Matheny Freightliner, Western Star, West Virginia, in Beckley, West Virginia, and it's been rough because now I'm trying to get the loan approval for a new truck, or semi-new. I think it has 100,000 miles, a Western Star, which is always, Western Star is a premium truck. The one that I'm looking at is an owner-operator spec truck, so it comes with all the bells and whistles that you can think of. Beautiful truck. Hopefully, if everything goes okay, I will post some of the videos of the truck, maybe a review of the Western Star, which is a beautiful truck. It's like a Kenworth 900, but with a different name. But of course, we all know that nothing is better than a Whopper. No matter who says what, nothing is better than a Whopper. And so, yeah, Western Star, I like it. But Western Star is not a is not a 900. So, and yeah, it's the 900. I'm not talking about the 940, 930, whatever the new contraption Frankenstein is. I'm talking about the 900. I mean, you can say whatever you want, but there is nothing more beautiful than a 900. Western Star, I like it, and I'm going to love my truck. But, I'm too old, too far to switch horses at the end of the race, almost. So, I'm a Detroit user, Freightliner. I've been using Detroit engines ever since I started driving. And so, as it is now, unless you have some connections, you get a glider, you really cannot get a Detroit in a Kenworth. Unless, of course, you have it custom made. And so, like I said, I'm too old to be switching to a Packard engine or a Cummins engine, which I don't like. So I'll be sticking with the Western Star Detroit engine, and that's that. And so, anyway, that is my video for today. At this Beckley, West Virginia, Matheny truck stop slash dealership, I'm walking to the motel right now, and I'm gonna go and then just go to the hotel, and hopefully tomorrow will be a better day, and tomorrow we'll get the approval from the bank, and then get going. But it's just so sad that we cannot use our own money. Like, I have enough money to cover that purchase in my retirement account, but I cannot use it without the government get their noses in it and then penalize me for using my own money. That is kind of ridiculous. But, well, I don't make the laws. I just have to obey them or pay the price for breaking them. So, I'm going to have to go with the flow and do what everybody else does. And so that's my story. And like the saying goes, I'm sticking to it. uh, I'm walking about 3/4 of a mile. This Matheny dealership uh, used to be good. They were in a different location before. And between 1 and 5 stars, I think I will give them 2 stars. I mean, they don't have a lounge for drivers to wait. And now with the ridiculous mask laws that springing up everywhere, you have to wear your mask or they don't even let you into the building. And they enforce it. So that's ridiculous in my opinion. But I have to follow the law. And so, anyway, they don't have a place to sit, a TV to watch. It's kind of a bad place. But as we all know, truck drivers, we don't always choose the place to break down, right? Otherwise, I think we would all choose to break down at home. We have the repairs done at home while we're home, and they could be, yeah. So that's what it will be. And I'm telling you, it's well, it's a place, it's a shop, and kind of a dealership too. But they don't have a whole lot of trucks, you know. I mean, in my case, they just so happened that they had 4 Western Stars and identical trucks, but the one that I chose has the least miles, and it's a good truck. So that's what I chose, and that's what I'm gonna get if everything goes fine tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. Thanksgiving is approaching, and I'm gonna have to find a load to go home after I get approved and everything, and I get everything, my permits and everything. So then I get a load going home for Thanksgiving, and that will be that. And you know, there's kind of, when I came walking again, it was kind of warm. Now that I'm walking back to the hotel, I don't take an Uber because it's only 3/4 of a mile, according to my Google GPS, walking. So, you know, we all need our exercise. So I have to get some exercise, I mean, while I'm down here. And so anyway, yeah, it's kind of a bad place to break down, really, if you ask me. It's not the place that I will choose to break down, but I'm here. Have to make the best of it. Well, there's really nothing to video. There's nothing to see, and now it's dark, and it's Beckley, West Virginia. I don't think there's anything here for the locals to do. Oh well, maybe there is. But as truck drivers, you know, we have limited access to things and limited transportation and everything. And also we have to live on a budget, kind of control our expenses while we're down. So everything is like that. We have to do the best with what we got, or don't got. So that's that. Well, I'm just ranting like a crazy, blowing some steam off, whatever. Well, I'll update later. Probably the next time I update, I'm gonna be driving that beautiful Western Star, and I will post a video, and then let my 10 subscribers see my Western Star, and hopefully you will like it. Anyway, uh, thank you. Bye.